hello.
No.
Why? They want to talk to you. Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, welcome. If you have, hey, it's your girl Kobe, and today I'm going to be giving you guys 10 things that I wish I knew before I had a kid. Before you get into this video, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I could do like story times and stuff like that, or I can do like, I was thinking mukbangs, but I feel like that's a stretch. I don't know. Just let me know like what you want to see in the comments, and I'm gonna just go ahead and get right into this video. I have my notes right here because I was sitting there writing it down yesterday. Are you ready?
No.
Are you ready?
No.
Let me brush your hair.
No.
Let me brush your hair.
No.
Why?
No.
Can I have a kiss? Oh, your breath stinks. Ew.
No.
Ew. Stinky,
No.
Stinky. Let me see. Ew. Ew. It's stinky breath. Your breath stinks. You got a kitty cat? Say meow. Meow.
Me.
Meow. Say me ow. Me ow. Me ow. Me ow. Me ow. Okay, so the first thing that I wish I knew before having a kid was, number one, you can't trust what everybody has to say, right? I feel like when you have a kid, everybody comes with like their opinions on what you should do, how you should parent, and like certain things that you should do because they did with their kid. But everybody parents differently, and every kid is also different. Every kid has different needs. So it came a point where I realized people like to feel like they know it all, and sometimes you just got to ignore that, especially if you know you're doing the best thing for your son or your kid or whatever. So yeah, I just grew to like take it with a grain of salt pretty much. Second thing I wish I knew before having a kid was you have to have a great like self-care for yourself, because if you don't have like good self-care for yourself, you're not gonna have good self-care for your kid, right? So you have to like definitely like before you like when you find out you're pregnant, or even before you find out you're pregnant, you have to know how to take care of yourself, like make sure you're clean and your hair is done and you smell good, you're in good shape, you eat right and stuff like that. Because if you don't do that, like I said, for yourself, it's gonna be harder to do it like for your kid or whatever. Come sit down. Don't sit down, baby boy. I'm doing a video. Thank you. But yeah, it's definitely something that I learned, because once you like have a kid, you're gonna have to do that for your kids. So yeah, like I said, if you're not doing it for yourself, you're not gonna do it for your kid. But yeah, that's number 2. I mean, it's not really much explaining that I have to do. A lot of these are like self-explanatory, but like I'm gonna just still tell you, like, this is stuff that I learned. The third thing that I learned about having a kid is that they grow really, really fast. Okay, so like he was just a baby, right? So I feel like my son went from like newborn to like 2 really fast, and it was like I'm not gonna say it's the scariest thing, but it just happened so fast. And the crazy thing about it is his face changed so much, like in between that time, like from when he was first born to when he was like 3 months maybe. His face changed completely, like maybe a good 3 times. It was the craziest thing. But yeah, his face changed so much. And even from like him being 2, I look back at him being like 1, 2 ish, his face looks completely different now than it did when he was 1 and 2. So they definitely, and it all happens like in a like blink. Like, okay, thank you.
Oh.
So pretty much is one day.
Me.
Yes.
Baby.
Give me kisses. I love you. Okay, you gonna go play with your toys? All right. So pretty much you'll just wake up one day and have a almost 4-year-old. All right. The fourth thing that I learned after having a kid is that, thank you. First thing that the fourth thing that I learned is that postpartum is no joke. Like, it's literally the scariest thing you can go through in the world, because after I get it, sometimes it'll hit you like out of nowhere. You'll never expect it, or you'll never even like, it'll never cross your mind like, oh, whatever, like I gave birth type of thing. Thank you. Go sit down, please. Go sit down. But it definitely like hit you out of nowhere, because after I gave birth, like while I was pregnant, I was fine. Like, I was decent. Like, I wasn't like too sad all the time or whatever. After I gave birth and after I left the hospital, it was like a switch. Like, I instantly just got like really sad. I didn't want to eat anything. I didn't want to like do anything. I was tired. I was throwing up. I was like sick to my stomach. And on top of that, that's why I brought up the self-care thing, because I also wasn't like eating right at the time. Like, when I did have a baby, I wasn't eating like fruits and vegetables and like exercising regularly. Like, I wasn't doing any of that. So that's why I also say it's really important before you have a baby to practice self-care, okay? Especially if you want to have a baby. Like, practice taking care of yourself first, okay? But yeah, postpartum depression is literally no joke. I was so sad and I didn't want to do nothing. I was like on the couch, sleep, like leave me alone type, right? Okay, so I don't know what my son is going through right now, but fifth thing that I learned after having a son is be prepared to like feel super lonely. Like, even if you have like a bunch of people that can help you or whatever, you're still gonna feel like alone, because at the end of the day, like, everybody else got their own stuff to do. So like, there's always gonna be a point where it's just you and your kid, or just you. Like, if you have someone watch your kid, there's always gonna be a point where it's just you. So definitely be prepared to like be alone, reflect on your thoughts, and like, I think that's also why postpartum is a big thing, because people don't usually like stick by your side after you have a baby, because they, like I said, they have so many other things to do. So yeah, I mean, if you're scared to be alone, I don't suggest having a baby, because you also can't talk to the baby about anything because they're a baby, right? So you're gonna be talking to yourself and have a whole human next to you who can't really hold a conversation, right? The sixth thing that I learned after having a baby is that you're definitely gonna have a personality change. So like, the person that you were before, don't expect her to come back, okay? Or she might come back, but I actually read something online saying that it takes up to I read something online saying that it can take, no, I'm doing something. No, it can take up to 5 years for a woman to like regain her personality and refigure out herself or re-find herself or whatever. So yeah, you're definitely gonna have a personality change. You're definitely gonna go through the like, I don't know who I am moment. I literally go through that every other day. Like, wait a minute, what about me type thing. But you know, it is what it is. And then there's also certain things that I didn't do before that I used to do now. Like, I'm like heavily like trying to put things in certain places so I know where things are, and I never used to do that before. Like, take like key points of like, okay, the pull-ups are right here, these papers that I need are over here, my son's socks are right there. Like, I never used to do all of that. I used to just get up, get dressed, and keep pushing. Now I feel like there's a whole, like, I have a whole system now of how I do things, which is sometimes it's really annoying and really stressful and like really like, and the funny thing about it is like, even when I do that, I still feel like I'm not as organized as I could be. So it's like, yeah, it's a whole thing, right? So you're definitely gonna have a personality change. And then on top of that, like, just certain things that I used to do, I just don't do anymore. Like, I feel like I used to go out very often, but now, like, even when I try to go out or even when I want to go out, sometimes I have fun, but sometimes I'm like, I don't need to be here. Like, I need to be asleep because I gotta wake up tomorrow and then cook my son breakfast or something like that. So there's definitely certain things that have changed. And also when it comes to like how I dress now, like I used to like get dressed, like put on eyelashes and lip gloss and make my TikToks and stuff like that. Now I'll just get up, throw on like this little headscarf and a sweater and call it a day. I even forgot to put on lip gloss. I was gonna put on lip gloss before this video, but I definitely forgot to do that. So yeah, there's definitely certain things that are gonna change. And it's also because a lot of the stuff that you do for yourself is also gonna like transfer to you doing it for your kid, right? So that's why this also ties back into practicing self-care before you have a kid, because it'll probably make it easier for you to do it for yourself and your son, right? Because I'm tired. Even when I drink coffee, I be tired. I don't be feeling like looking all nice. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I really be struggling. Like I was struggling to look like this morning. Second thing that I learned after having a kid, well, this should be like a no-brainer, but it's clearly like I've learned more. Like I've gained more wisdom, especially like everything I'm telling you now. Like this is all stuff that I learned. And then there's also stuff that just things about like everyday life. There's certain things that you have to teach your kids. So like there's certain things like the way that I clean up. So like instead of like leaving it all day and letting it sit and then waiting for like the next day, I try to teach my son how to clean up after himself. So now I'm like actively like cleaning up after myself, right? And whereas before I would sometimes just like bed rot a little bit and let it, and so now I'm learning like you don't have to bed rot, especially if there's stuff that you have to do. Okay, so there's definitely a lot of things that I've learned. And like even when it comes to like teaching, like how you send your kid to school and they teach them like the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s and all that stuff, there's certain things I've learned about teaching my son all that stuff. Like there's no like one size fits all thing when it comes to this. So, and then there's also a lot of patience. I'm learning a lot of patience and how to balance life, really. Like I've been trying to like stay on top of my workouts, and then I also try to teach my son how to work out sometimes, but like his focus isn't like completely there because he is 3. But you know, there's just a lot of things that I'm learning. Okay, so the 8th thing that I've learned is that being a mother is literally like the best thing and the worst thing in the world that you can do, because I definitely have days where like I'm like, oh my god, I love being a mother and he's like the best kid in the world and he's teaching me so many things, and you know, you have a purpose and all that stuff, and then you have unconditional love, especially like when he would be all cute and stuff, give me kisses and stuff. I'm like, oh, being a mother, I could do this all day. And then you have days where it's like, oh my gosh, I just want a second to be alone, but you can't be alone. And then he want to jump off the wall, right on the walls. He's like, even if you like feed, like when I try to feed him like a meal, he don't want it, so I gotta find something else for him to eat and stuff like that. And then on top of that, there's the messes, there's him like not wanting to brush his teeth, and like you gotta brush your teeth and stuff like that. So it's definitely like things that like have me like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be a mother, like I don't want to have more kids type, or like it's hard and like I need a break, like I'm just gonna lay in bed and like try to rot under this blanket. But like I said, it's like a back and forth, so it's like good parts and bad parts. That's something I didn't really think about before I had a kid. Like I didn't think it was gonna be that like up and down. There's no balance, right? There's no balance. It's either like a major up or a major down type thing. So yeah, that's the 8th thing that I learned. Here you go. So the 9th thing that I learned is that it is super hard. It is super hard. It is like the hardest thing in the world. Whether you're doing it by yourself or like with somebody else, it is super, 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 super hard, because there's always something new, right? So like you could do some yesterday, like I could have did something yesterday and I've been like, oh, okay, I got this mother thing down pat, like that was easy. And then you gotta wake up like with like a new discovery, like, oh, you're supposed to teach your kids how to write upside down or something, like something so stupid. And I'm like, okay, so now this is a new challenge. Like it's always gonna be like a different challenge. What happened? That comes with being a parent. Plus, you have no days off. There were times where like someone else like had my son and was watching my son, and I still was like constantly worried about my son, or still like planning ahead, and there's still things that I had to do. So it's very, very hard. You literally have no days off, okay? And like even this morning I wanted to like sleep a little longer because I was feeling really, really tired. Like I'm feeling really, 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 really tired, but I had to get up because my son was in my face. So yeah, it's like super hard. It's not easy. It's not easy, even if you're married. So the 10th thing that I learned, this is the 10th thing that I learned, which is probably my favorite one. I don't know, but you pretty much have to create like a hard shell, right? So you have to learn how to protect your kids, and then you have to learn how to protect your peace from the outside and from your kid, right? So when you're like overwhelmed or whatever, and your son is like jumping on your head, or your kid is like jumping on your head, you have to sometimes be like, hey, sit down. You know, you gotta find that like, I'm not playing with you balance, right? And then on top of that, you have to think about when your kid engages with people. Like sometimes I'll be outside at the grocery store and some random person will come up and try to like touch my son's hair, and then I have moments where I'm like, okay, should I say something or should I just leave it alone? So there's definitely things like you have to just be like nip in the butt with people sometimes, and with your kids. So yeah, you definitely have to create a hard shell and learn how to like be stern sometimes, right? But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I learned since having a kid. It's been like really complicated, and you know, if you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments. And my son ran away, so I gotta go get him some breakfast or whatever. I'll see you guys in the next video.